chosen by the elders of the Chippewa Tri-Council and from the readings of the seven grandfathers, we duk dadawin, an Ojibwe word meaning working together and helping one another. Hello, I'm Tony Georges, chair of the Huronia Lookout Committee. Over the next 30 minutes, we're going to take you on a journey chronicling the development and eventual unveiling of the Huronia Lookout icon. The icon, composed of a First Nation person and fur trader, embodies the reaffirmation of a working relationship between two cultures and the significant role the birch bark canoe played in the development and growth of Canada. So the journey begins 10 months ago back in September when the canoe leaves the museum to head to Georgetown to be turned into bronze. Back in December, the Huronia Lookout Committee held a meeting at Marlene Hilton Moore's house and studio, and it was the committee's first chance to get a look at the icons before they went to be bronzed.
I had thought that it would be very important to send the final figure, the final element of the icon, off to the foundry with a ceremony. This whole icon is about the working together, growing together of the European settlers and the First Nations people. And so once these sculptures that I make go to the foundry, then they are turned to bronze, but they're chopped into pieces before they're turned to bronze. And so it's like you can't get them back.
I was really surprised at that, how lifelike the sculpture is. And it kind of set me back a little bit. It's real, it's so real. You almost wanted to say hello, and yeah, it is. It's going to be a fantastic piece of work.
Today is quite important because, or special, important and special because we're bringing together the fact of two cultures who are coming together, and we're going to be represented as we arrived in this country as a European. To meet with the First Nations, and if it hadn't been for them and them showing us where to go and how to go, and the fact that we are going to go much better together, and I think this is represented in our icon.
So every single piece of the canoe was cast inside and outside as accurate to the birch bark canoe, 8 pieces welded together, and then a 16-foot canoe comes to the Simcoe County Museum in the sculpture. When the blankets came off, and I turned around and I looked at it, I almost had tears, I have to tell you.
Good morning, everyone. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the unveiling ceremony for the Huronia Lookout icon. So today the committee is pleased to present step 1 in a process, which is the icon unveiling ceremony for the public here at the Simcoe County Museum.
Going hand in hand with one of the 7 grandfather teachings of the Ojibwe, meaning Menendam de Moen, meaning respect. And closely related to this teaching is the word Huronia, which basically means working together and helping one another.
Here it is. 3, 2, 1. We are all right.
The workmanship is just amazing. The detail on it, it's great. I love it. I love the whole day.
I think it's great for the community, and I think a lot of the things that were mentioned this morning at the unveiling ceremony, just about the way that we're trying to bring these two cultures together, that it really helps to represent that. And I think this is a great vision of that coming together.
It's been, years of planning and work for all the volunteers and all the people involved, and it's a very special honor to be a part of that ceremony today, and understanding that we as First Nations people and the rest of the Canadian public are together in cooperation in terms of our history and the lessons that we should learn from our history and how it's impacted every Canadian.
I think it looks fantastic. I think it looks realistic. I think it's going to look astounding once it's on the site, and as somebody mentioned before, you'll be able to see it silhouetted against the sky.
I'm very glad I came. I think Marlene Hilton-Moore, we must be very proud of her as a Canadian and what she's done for Simcoe County.
I hope that everyone gets the opportunity to come out and see it, and not just see it, but to understand what it represents, which is working together, the theme and storyline of working together with the Aboriginal peoples and in the past and in the present and going forward.
Quite an incredible day. All the planning that took place rather quickly, and everything just fell into place great. The museum's been great, museum staff, all of our partners, and the weather. Just a beautiful day. Great, wonderful day.
First time seeing the icon, and it really accurately depicts the partnerships involved throughout our history, from the War of 1812 throughout to current times, where First Nations people and non-First Nations people have fought together for the good of Canada.
I feel amazing. I feel totally amazing because it isn't just me and my sculpture. It was my sculpture, but now it's everyone's sculpture. And just like that thunderstorm this morning and the crazy rain and the worry and the concern, and then the sun just came out just as we were starting. So I couldn't be more ecstatic.